Why is tech doing so well? We're seeing so much turmoil in the financial sector. We're also seeing the potential of another rate hike, which reduces the future profits of these companies. Why are investors feeling so much confidence, especially in mega cap tech?
Yes, this is certainly a bit of a turnaround compared to what we've been used to, and the narrative is certainly shifting. But essentially, what we are seeing is a weakness in those treasury yields, which is pushing investors, kind of pushing the crowds towards other growth and income avenues. And people are basically trying to seek a bit of safety in these big growth names, which is, as we say, certainly not something we saw coming just a few short weeks ago.
Turnaround there. I also know that you're watching the cloud sector. So I was taking a look. The WCLD ETF that comprises cloud and enterprise names outperforming the S&P this week, up more than 5%. Those companies are especially rate sensitive and especially sensitive to the demand slowdown that we've been seeing, and really dependent on IT managers and CFOs deciding to spend more as part of that cloud transition. Why are those stocks doing so well?
Yes, definitely. I think this is certainly something to monitor in quite a big way, because what I would say is, as much as they are benefiting ultimately from the overall tech boom that we're seeing in recent days, there are still cracks in cloud computing coming through. You know, we saw in Q4 that spending in that space was really starting to rein in as companies reined in their own tech spending. And as you say, you know, we're looking at the Fed probably hiking by 25 basis points next week. That is not the same as pausing or stopping, stopping those rate hikes. We are still expecting the high interest rate environment to stick around, and these stocks are vulnerable to that. So not to take away from recent momentum, but I do think there's certainly still a lot to watch for these stocks.
Yeah, certainly a lot to watch there. What do you think about short selling in tech? We heard Carl Icahn, actually somebody else, Jim Chanos, excuse me, talk about short selling in tech, and he had a lot of questions about the quality of the rally when it comes to tech. Is that something you're watching as well?
Yes, it definitely is. Again, not to take away from recent progress. You know, there are a lot of very high caliber companies within tech that are being unfairly sold off in recent months because of developments. But I do think that this rally could be short-lived, and it could even reverse. You know, we look at certain companies within there that are maybe lacking a bit of direction. Companies like Meta, I think, have some questions to ask on that front. So, you know, you look at Alphabet up 9–10% in the last few days, but overall on a 12-month basis, you are looking at significant losses. These companies are not out of the woods when it comes to a very, very difficult economic backdrop, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's on a global level, not just here in the United States or just in Europe. So one last question before we let you go. Is there an inflection point for these mega cap tech names coming up? Just a few weeks ago, a lot of people thought Salesforce earnings would be a really big test of demand when it came to the cloud space. Is there something else in the near future we can look and say the rally has quality, it's sustainable, or maybe it's not?
I think, unfortunately, this doesn't come as too much of a surprise when I talk about the I word. We have got to see inflation come down, and kind of the leading indicators for that, you know, we might see job data needs to start calming down, particularly in the US. Wage growth the heat has got to come out of wage growth. And that, for me, is the ultimate factor that I'm keeping an eye on in terms of what will ultimately improve these economic conditions for tech stocks to be able to thrive.